What up, everybody, man? This is making this video is not comedy or it's not, life lessons or it's not about relationships. I want to talk about my second mom in Seattle. Her name was Josephine Potts. She passed away a couple of days ago. It took me a minute to come on camera to be able to do this, see if I can get through it, but I think I can. She was my dad's second wife after my mom, and I met her and her family in Seattle. Me and my brother Robert Jr. We went up there for during the summer of 1988. And when I met her, and I met her two sons, DeLon and Terry, and I met the rest of her family. You know, it was just like this. It's like immediate bonding with those guys, man. And when I moved to Seattle in the early '90s, I stayed with my dad for like maybe a month or two, but then I went to Josie's house and just stayed over there with her and Delon and my sister Maisha, and we just been, kicking it ever since. They called me family. They called me and my brother family, and they never treated us as different. That was the Potts family, man, was my family away from Louisiana. I had my Louisiana family, but when I went to Seattle, I wasn't alone because I had people who loved me, man, and they showed me love, and we hung out. We had good times, bad times, argued, but no family's perfect. But I will always have love for those guys, man. The Potts family, the Wades, Callaways. Who am I leaving out? The Sweets, the Irvings, and the Dales. That's my family, man, in Seattle. And Josie was having, going through a lot of stuff over the last few years as far as her health or whatever. And I understand we can't stay here forever. I get it. But saying that doesn't take the sting away. She, no matter what I was going through, man, in Seattle, when I was up there, I ran into a few rough spots the 20 years I was up there. And if I needed somewhere to fall back, her door was always open for me, man. Always. Whenever I needed a place to just lay my head and think and get the cobwebs out of whatever I was going through, mess around with whatever girl I was going through with that or whatever, her door was always open to me. Always. She never told me no, like, no, you can't come over here. That was just, it's a special bond, man, that I had with her. And I'm still a little bit of loss for words, and you guys know I can talk, but I'm at a loss for words, and a lot of those people in that family, the Sweets, Potts, a lot of those guys are passing away. Shout out to Niecy, she passed away. Charles, me and Charles had our little battles, but Charles was cool people, man. He was fun. He'll fire that grill up in a heartbeat, talk all kind of trash to you playing dominoes and spades. And it was all good, man. And like I said, I know we can't stay here forever. I get that. But that still doesn't take the sting out of it. Rest easy, Josie, my second mom. You up there with your sons now, DeLon and Terry. Those are my two brothers. Her sons, they passed away. I want to say Terry passed away in 2010. DeLon passed away last year. And now she passed away. So I feel as though my tie to Seattle has been severed. And I know I say that, but I still have people I can go up there and hang out with, and family I have there. And I know they still have love for me because I have love for them. But without Terry, DeLon, and Josie, it's just going to feel different. And that doesn't take anything away from anybody else in the Potts family. It's just that I had that special bond with those three. You know, when Terry left, you know, 2010, or was it 2009, one of the two. Then when DeLon left, man, I was devastated because, man, DeLon was just like this. All the years I knew him, man, I've been knowing DeLon. Matter of fact, I said 1988, but I met them before that because my dad was out there moving around, you know what I mean? And I remember we used to play with them when we were little. And I remembered that because when I was sitting there looking at him, I said, man, hold up, I know y'all. We used to play with you guys, man. Because my dad used to have us over over Josie's house over there, you know, whatever he was stepping out of my mom or whatever. But that's a whole different story. It is what it is. Ain't nobody trying to talk about none of that. But like I said, shit, man, I knew DeLon all that time, dude. You know how many times we had an argument? 0. Never had an argument, never had a disagreement. You know, we was just always solid. Me and Terry, we never had an argument, never had any disagreements. We were always solid. The thing about Terry, man, Terry was a street dude. You know, everybody in the family know Terry was a street dude, but Terry also was a family man. And Terry also, I don't care what you had going on. I don't care what time of morning it was. It was 2, 3, 4 in the morning. If you were in trouble and you called him, or back then you text him and he responded back to you and said, hey man, I'm up here, these ninjas up here trying to, sweat me or whatever. You said, where you at? Man, within, I kid you not, it don't matter how far away he was, within 30 minutes, he'll show up and he had time to go pick people up. He'll show up like 4 or 5 deep. Like, damn, how the hell you had that much time to go pick people up? He said, man, I was mashing. Where they at? And that's how he was. He used to take his auntie's just groceries, and they even asked him if they need anything. He just showed up at the door with a bag of groceries, just drop it off and bounce. But I said that to say this, man. That family has always, showed me love, man, and I show them love right back. And like I say, without Terry, DeLon, and Josie, it's just going up to Seattle, Washington, bro, is gonna be so different because they're not there. They're just not there. Anyway, I don't want to be long-winded, and I don't want to keep talking because I'll start crying and shit. So I ended at that, man. Rest easy, Josie, and not gonna say goodbye. I'll just see you when I see you. As DeLon call you Joe, baby. All right, I love you.